Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier.
Hey, what's going on, everyone?
Yo, what up, guys?
Yo, guys, what's good?
Hey, guys. All right, what is going on, guys?
Hey comrades, hey buddies, hey pals. I know you've had that moment, and let's not pretend. We've all had that moment. We're watching a streamer laugh, or watching some internet beef or some drama, or a YouTuber rant, or a YouTuber make direct eye contact with the lens, and they're confessing something just to us. And then you think to yourself, they get me, that they understand me. They know what I'm saying. Look at my eyes. We understand each other, don't we? This is us. This is what we are. This is cool. We understand we're making eye contact. This is great. The line between audience and intimacy has never been blurrier. It hasn't. We're not watching anymore. We're connecting. Or at least we're tricking into thinking our brains that we are. Online relationships with creators are not new. It's happened for years. But now, they've evolved from one-sided crushes, such as with Justin Bieber or One Direction, into something a bit more complex. Like friendship, but on mute. I can respond to you guys. I can comment with you. I can talk to you, have debates. When I'm live, we have actual conversations. It's like dating, but through a megaphone. Like therapy, but the other person, me, gets paid. And it's a little bit strange, isn't it? Back in the early heyday of YouTube, parasocial relationships were a little bit cute. You subscribed, you watched, maybe you cried when your favorite vlogger took a break. Maybe you tweeted, "Come back, please. Corey Kenshin, where have you been? David Dobrik, where are you at?" You cared about these people, but it was distant, controlled. You knew the rules. And then Twitch happened, TikTok happened, live streaming happened. And now you can talk to them. You can talk to all of them. You can talk to me live in chat with our usernames floating like little prayers. Notice me, say my name, react to my drama for content, please. This will make a great video. We've made connection interactive. And that's where it got cool. Because suddenly you weren't just a fan, you were a participant. The creators knew your name. Me, I knew your name. Maybe they replied, maybe they laughed at your joke, maybe they rated your stream once or twice and it felt like you were being knighted by the Pope of digital cool. And it felt great, right? So here's the disconnect for me personally. Real relationships and friendships, especially in my life, they're unpredictable. They disappoint. They require showing up. I've been trying to organize bowling with my friends for the past 2 months. It's not happened. But online creator relationships, they're scripted. Scripted affection. They're curated warmth with none of the awkward silences realistically. You get all the best parts of someone, neatly edited and charmingly lit, and it's addicting. It really is. Because when a creator opens up about their depression, it feels like they trust us. When they overshare about their childhood trauma, it feels like intimacy. And when they thank their audience, we hear, "I'm talking to you, yes, specifically you." And God help us, we believe it. Or at least you guys do. You guys believe every single second of it for some odd, describable reason. It's very describable. It's easy to understand. This isn't mutual, not really. Your favorite content creator, PewDiePie, Moist Critical, whether it be somebody from FaZe Clan, Kai Cenat, iShowSpeed, whether it's Atrioc, whether it's even Aiden Ross, whoever it may be, Bill Nye the Science Guy, if he starts streaming T-Pain, they don't know you. Not the real you. You know them. Or the performance of them, and that's the contract. But we're not reading the fine print. Creators become companions in your head. You think of them when something funny happens. You imagine that what they say in the group chat that you're not in. You start comparing your real life relationships to the filtered chemistry you feel with someone who's never heard your voice. And still it feels real because it scratches the same itch. We are lonely, overstimulated mammals craving eye contact and validation, and online creators figured out how to bottle both and sell it all in 15-minute uploads. So they say monetize and get that RPM and ad revenue. That's the important part behind the entire thing. Cutting out the parts. For instance, here goes a cut right now. Just put a JoJo move on you. No idea what just happened in between that cut and between there. I could have used the bathroom, could have got some food, could have had a conversation with my wife, could have went for a jog. Who knows what I did in that? But I want to explain something. You'll never know because you don't know who I am as a person. This isn't about judgment, it's about evolution. Humans will form emotional attachments to anything that listens. Seriously, look at ChatGPT. A volleyball, a Tamagotchi, everything. Doesn't really matter what it is. So of course we'd fall in love with someone who makes us laugh consistently, looks us in the eyes through a screen, and seems like they actually care about you. Because you know what happens? Sometimes your favorite content creator will say something that perfectly resonates with you. Maybe your favorite content creator is autistic and you're autistic. Maybe they have ADHD and you have ADHD. Maybe they hate the woke left movement and you resonate with that because you feel like you're getting dragged down. Maybe they had issues with women and now they're doing great and you want to be just like them. You see them as a role model, but that role model was talking to you when they replied to your chat message because you donated $10. They aren't just parasocial relationships. It's beyond that now. They're coping mechanisms. They're digital safety nets for a generation taught to isolate and self-soothe with Wi-Fi. Creators become emotional comfort food, and we can't stop binge eating. Because at least online, the characters don't leave. The story arcs don't ignore us. And when they say thanks for watching, it almost feels like love. It's not. You can't build your self-worth on a relationship that isn't reciprocal. You can't substitute one-sided affection for connection and expect to feel whole. Creators are not your friends. They can be kind, they can be authentic, but they don't owe you intimacy. And no amount of donation messages or parasocial heartbreak will change that. The cooler it feels, the more dangerous the illusion becomes because it makes us neglect the harder work, forming real bonds with people who might be awkward, might forget to text back, but who can hold your hand instead of your data. What happens in the long term is that people will think they've reached gold, patient zero, striking ground zero at what is essentially a nothing burger of being the first fans. Oh, I was here. I was the OG. I've been here for 15 years. Matters not. It doesn't mean anything. You shouldn't hate somebody because they're newer. You shouldn't ostracize the community. You shouldn't gatekeep the affection. You don't own it. It's not real. It's not fair to do so. It's not like you're in a personal one-on-one relationship with this person. You're gatekeeping a worthless metric. They're fans. They're making the person go higher. Oh, I miss when the community was just us. It was just us. It was just us together. Remember when it was just me and you, huh? Remember when all these other people didn't know about how we really were? The OG fans, us, we mattered to you so much. That's psychotic. That's mentally ill, is what it is. It feels as though you are actively screaming into the void, expecting the void to scream back, but the void is constantly knocking on the window and you're thinking that it's typing in Morse code. The Morse code isn't real. You're interpreting crazy messages like a schizophrenic. It's psychotic. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. Love your creators. Support them. Laugh with them. Cry with them. But remember, your life doesn't exist in their comment section. You are not a punchline in their script. You're a person, not a subscriber count. We fell in love with the idea of curated content because it's cleaner, easier, cooler. But coolness doesn't hug you when you break. And that one streamer who always gets you, they might just be doing a really good job, and that's okay. Just don't forget to log off, please, to be seen by somebody who doesn't need a camera to see who you are. But you guys love content creators in a way that doesn't make any sense. It reminds me of another form of content creator, or more so performer, where they get paid and you think it's real. Let's talk about what I used to do back in the day. An exotic dancer makes eye contact under the whiplash of strobe lights, and suddenly you feel chosen. A streamer does the same thing through a 1080p webcam at 60 FPS and makes you think you're important because your donation triggered, oh my goodness, or thank you, or oh, thanks for the donation, something of that variety. Both are performances played by somebody with a violin of validation across a stage of distance, intimacy, and money. The difference is lighting. The difference is bandwidth. One dances for dollars, the other one talks for Twitch primes. But both know what you came for. To be seen without being known. To feel something without the threat of reciprocation. That's what happens. You see, an exotic dancer, or more so a stripper, will never actually date you. But neither will your favorite content creator. You're not special. Even when they say your username, even when she bends down to pick up $1 you threw with a prayer attached saying, oh, this is good, because they know the trick. The illusion of choice. You think they smiled at you because you're unique, not because you paid for the performance. The laugh was scripted, the wink was habitual, the connection was mechanical, but oh man, it felt real, didn't it? It felt nice, huh? Like love dressed in pixelation and false promises, both trades require charisma and emotional endurance. Strippers sell fantasy through flesh and rhythm. Streamers do it through trauma dumps and parasocial gaslighting. You matter, they say. You're part of this community. You are a bro. Fist pound it. Come on now, we're together, but you're not. You're part of a spreadsheet. But it's the Kai Mafia, man. It's the Kai Mafia. I'm a samurai, man. This is cool. I'm a samurai. And he's the shogun. We here doing it. You're a demographic. A conversation rate. The fans fell in love with the character who's pretending to be themselves. And behind the curtain, behind the pole or the platform, it's a human exhausted from pretending to care about everyone equally. It's as if you fall in love with WWE. You know WWE is not real, right? You know that. You feel like it's real somewhere inside of your soul. Both of these professions, exotic dancers and streamers, understand the illusion of access. A naughty girl might touch your cheek. A streamer might read your name aloud. These are controlled doses of affection, measured in inches and milliseconds, designed to make your wallet feel like a heart. It's theater. It's survival. It's branding. The relationship ends when the music stops or the stream ends. And yet people fall harder for the performer than the performance. You forget that attention isn't affection and reaction isn't relationship. They both smile professionally, not personally. So next time you tip, next time you subscribe, next time you whisper, I think she really likes me, or she sees me. Remember, both S's, strip streamer, are working a job. And you, dear viewer, are a beloved cog in the soft machinery of simulated intimacy. You're not being lied to. You're being performed for. And that's not evil. It's entertainment. However, here comes a big issue in my brain. A lot of you guys don't even know it's entertainment anymore. This is the church to a lot of you people. And the altar is a ring light. The communion is a sponsorship deal. And your favorite YouTuber? Oh, they're the Messiah with merch. Why? We don't just follow creators anymore. We worship them. They cry and we cry harder. They mess up and we crucify or canonize. They breathe and we analyze the exhale. What does that exhale say? What is the reverberation within that? What's the follicles on their foreskin? I gotta figure this out. We're not building parasocial. No. We're building shrines. And it's gonna destroy them. It's gonna kill them. And maybe it's gonna kill us too. We give people such as Kai Cenat, IShowSpeed, we give Aiden Ross, Moist Critical, Asmongold, all these people millions of eyes, a voice louder than most presidents, and the power to sell you skincare, social value, and your own sense of self-worth in a 10-minute video. Pokimane, Ludwig, Atrioc, whoever you may love, Cutie Cinderella, they start as people, you know. Awkward, brilliant, barely holding it together people. Then you hit subscribe. Then you stay for every upload. Then you make fan art. Call them my comfort person, and turn their mistakes into gospel. It starts innocently. She helped me through a dark time. He's so real. I feel like I know him. And the second you stop allowing them to be human, they become divine. And divinity always demands sacrifice. It's the core principle of majority of religions. We don't love creators anymore. We demand perfection from them. We demand them to be funny, kind, trauma-informed, brand safe, and always one step ahead of their own mental health. For instance, let's say content creator gets a really nasty DM. They're supposed to respond in kind and say all these beautiful flowery words. And the instant they say one mean thing, oh, what? Why would you say it? They weren't even being ridiculous. You're just being ridiculous. Why would you do that? It is an agenda that always gets pushed no matter the outcome of the surrounding parties. It's strange. The big dangers of treating someone as if they are divine or a god is you forget they're not supposed to be one. You forget they get sad. You forget they have diarrhea sometimes. Did you know people poop? Did you know that? You forgot they might just be as lost as you are, only better at hiding it in the 16.9 format. When they slip, when they get angry, or say the wrong word, or admit they don't know about what they're doing, we panic. We feel betrayed, like someone replaced Jesus with your ex. Because we didn't just like them, we needed them to be consistent, to be clean, to be infallible. You can edit that part out. Why didn't you edit it out? Oh my goodness, why would you post this? And that's a horrible job description for a human being. I get approached a scary amount in public, not because of my 100,000 subscriber number, but because of my 500,000 TikTok follower count and my 280,000 on Instagram. It's a lot of numbers. It's a big number of people. I can't even fathom that big of a number. If I had that much money, I'd panic because it'd be so much money. It's a scary number to have. And I get burnt out. I get paranoid and terrified. But do you know how many Content creators are burnt out, paranoid, and terrified of disappointing you because you guys are a mob, you guys are a collective, trying to take down Frankenstein's monster, trying to kick out the beast, trying to fight Godzilla, trying to take him out the town, trying to make sure they're destroyed. They are one tweet away from being canceled, one unedited thought from being a trending hashtag, one live stream slip up from being problematic, fake, or worse, irrelevant. Worst thing a content creator can be. Oh, he's irrelevant. He doesn't matter now. He's not viral. He's not trending. That's depressing. For instance, I could say, I just don't like women. Boom. That's going to get clipped out of context, destroyed, re-edited, and destroyed, annihilatedly. Yeah, I got rid of my cat, gave him to a Chinese company. Oh my goodness, he's racist. This is horrifying. Evil, disgusting, weird things to say. Honestly, do I think these thoughts? No. Sometimes they're intrusive thoughts and I say in the heat of my ramble. Who knows what could happen? If it's in your mind, I would never think those thoughts. I would never have that. I would never say that. I would never make a joke that ill-informed. That's messed up. Really? So you're perfect. Then you make content. You do it. You do this. Have fun with this. Try to build a fan base and have a fun time with this. Try to curate to every specific person and have a horrifying time doing so. Try to mogul through the 500 messages weekly that I get. Go ahead, have a fun time with it. And then, when they do mess up, they script their apologies. They rehearse their authenticity. They cry on camera with good lighting because raw emotion doesn't perform well in low res. You guys don't want raw emotion. You want gods. You turn them into gods. And gods don't get to be tired. Gods don't get to log off. Gods don't get to be people. You see a god in person, you say, oh my God, Yahweh? Can I get a picture? Sure. Oh my God. Oh, dude, I remember when you saved us from the flood. I did. You did, yeah. Oh my God, you sent your only son here for us. Everybody tells me that. I know. It's just so cool that you did this, man. Kai Cenat? What's up? Remember when you did a flip with full speed and you fell on your face when Kevin Hart and Drewski was there and it was so cool and you exploded the thing, you had fireworks go off and you had Mr. Beast there? Remember that? Yeah, I remember that. It was so cool, man. That was so cool. Oh, how's Duke Dennis doing, man? How's he doing? I don't know. I don't know how Duke Dennis is doing. You should know he's your best friend. You say he's your best friend. You said that on August 13th, 2022 at exactly 15 minutes in the time step. You remember that? No, I don't edit my videos. Bro, you said you edit your videos. No, I hired an editor 2 months ago. You must have missed that video. I don't miss anything, bro. And it becomes this insane thing of proving you're a bigger fan than the actual person. But here's the kicker behind this whole thing. They never asked for the altar. Ever. When I was younger going to church, I had always asked my father and mother, why does God not come down for us? And my parents said that we have to meet him at the end of our lives. And I said, understandable. I had a theory that I think that God is scared. And that's just me. Just me. And I think it's in the same way that creators don't fear mistakes. They fear you. Everybody makes mistakes. Hannah Montana said that. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. Because you loved them when they were broke. But now you hate them for having money. You uplifted them for being honest and then dragged them when they were too open. You told them to be themselves and then screamed when they changed. Because gods aren't allowed character development. You want the version of them that saved you. They are supposed to be not transphobic, not homophobic, not woke. They're supposed to be all these things coalesce into one thing, everything. That's what they're supposed to be. That's what they're supposed to be. They're not supposed to be the version of them that's trying to save themselves, but just the one that saved you. And let's be clear, this isn't about accountability. This is about dehumanization dressed in stan culture. This is about fans becoming executioners with pastel profile pics. It's depressing. It's time to stop putting halos on these people. It's time to stop putting pedestals and blaming gravity when they fall. They're not gods. They're not your parents, your partners, or your therapist. They are people with ring lights and rent to pay. They are allowed to be messy. They are allowed to grow. They are allowed to change. You want authenticity? Then give up everything. Give up what you're doing right now. Give up. Give them room to be wrong. You want vulnerability? Then stop turning it into ammunition. You want connection? Then treat them like a person, not a product. The moment we stop expecting creators to be divine is the moment we get somewhere real again. Not perfect, not pristine, not brand approved, but human. Do you remember what that even is? Do you? Do you? You can adore your favorite content creator, replay their videos, quote their jokes like their scripture, but the only conversations you're having are in Twitch chat and TikTok comment sections and YouTube comments. You're starving your soul and calling it a feast. Real human connection is not curated. It's messy, unpredictable, sometimes awkward, sometimes magical, and always real. There's no editing button when your friend starts crying mid-sentence, no perfect lighting when your cousin tells you they're not okay. And that's the beauty of it. Humans in the wild, unfiltered and online. It's what it's supposed to be. More so unfiltered and offline. I apologize. A little bit of a misspeak for me there. That's what it is. Misspeaks, misquotes, mess-ups. I'm not scripting anything. Nothing I do is scripted because I don't have time for it. I don't have time to be fake for people. When your favorite streamer goes live, it feels like a warm hug from the internet gods. They're not your family. They won't show up when you're sick. They don't know how you take your coffee or that you can't stand the sound of crinkling chip bags for some odd reason. They're not bad people. They're just distant people, and you need closeness. You need people who exist in 3 dimensions and occasionally smell weird because the algorithm will never notice your silence, but a real friend might. Content creators should add to your life, not replace it. If you're skipping hangouts, ignoring phone calls, and blowing off family dinners to catch a live stream, it's time to check your reflection. Your favorite YouTuber isn't going to text you back when your dog dies. That Twitch mod squad isn't your emergency contact. You deserve connection that doesn't rely on subscriptions or scheduling notifications. So laugh with your creator, celebrate with them, but don't let them become your only source of warmth in a world full of bonfires. You don't have to cancel your internet life, just balance it. Go outside and let the sun fry your brain a little. Step on a leaf and feel something between your feet, something primal might awaken. Sit with someone in silence without needing content to fill the air. Maybe hug a tree, or a human, or a tree that reminds you of a human. Just touch grass, not metaphorically, literally, preferably barefoot. Get some dirt under your nails and some serotonin in your bloodstream. I talk about this a lot. It's something I actively am always talking about, and I probably made about 4 videos on this exact subject, and I might make a video in the future. Who knows? It might just continually pop up, but I feel like I need to continually talk about this because people forget what it's like to exist outside of stan culture and loving Taylor Swift and loving Nicki Minaj and loving Kai Cenat and loving Ludwig and loving these people. Because when the stream ends, when the video pauses, when the podcast wraps up with a thanks for listening, all that's left is you. And you are worthy of connection that sees you, that forgets to mute itself, that sometimes shows up late but still shows up. The internet is brilliant. It has so many different things, so many different articles you can read, so many different recipes you can learn, so many Pinterest boards, so many mood boards, Tumblr, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all these arguments going on, millions and millions and millions of voices all coalescing, so many things you can discover in each topic, ways to fix your life. But it's not your home. Home is where people ask you how you're doing and wait for the answer. So shut the laptop. Look around. Someone out there needs your weird, imperfect, offline self. Go find them. Preferably after a snack. Hi guys, this video is sponsored by HelloFresh. Could you imagine? That would be the greatest sponsorship pull of all time. By goodness, that'd be insane. An ad, that'd be, oh my god, that would be so revolutionary. I would have revolutionized the game right there. That'd be nuts. I'm so ready for a sponsorship one of these days. I'm never gonna get it because I talk about topics like this, but one of these days I'm gonna get it. One of these days, who knows? It's moments like this where it might feel real, where I'm actually talking to you and actually speaking as if I am a human being. It's strange to have this happen and coalesce to the point where it feels as though, oh my God, he's speaking directly to me. These are the worst moments, especially when I do this stuff, because by goodness, I'm not here for money. I'm just not. I just started making this stuff because I felt like it. I'm just here. Look at this jacket. It's inside out, actually. Hold on. You can actually turn this inside out.
I'm your nigga night, be my lower slow. Happy to try what you need. a world I love to live in it. Ooh, I love the ride.